Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Combiner Wars Powerglide. Now, why did I buy a 9-year-old Legends Class figure? Because I wanted to. But, well, in all seriousness, I found this on eBay for like, what, £10, and I just thought, yeah, I can't pass this up. And well, of course, Powerglide hasn't had any figure since Combiner Wars. He probably will soon, because they are striving to finish off teams such as the mini bots. So I'm sure we'll see a Deluxe Class of this guy one day. But for now, this is our latest Powerglide figure, and this is nearly 10 years old. But still, I quite like this guy. Now, normally this is where I would show off the box, but seeing how I got the second hand, I don't have it. But, well, of course, during Combiner Wars, the Legends Class boxes was still the card back. In fact, it was only like Legacy that they moved on to the actual boxes for, well, they were now called Core Class. But of course, for the Powerglide's box, it was one of the card back ones. And of course, just like every box, the back of it had been, well, all 3 modes. I'll see what the 3rd mode is soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the box, if I had it. So, let's move on to the actual figure. So, yeah. Of course, it's a downscale D10 Thunderbolt. And just nice red color, or I guess burgundy, but still, this looks really nice. Now, of course, I am extremely late for this figure, because, as I said, this came out during Combiner Wars. But, hey, back collecting is a thing, so... And my first experience with this figure, well, looking at it, so we got the nose cone here. Of course, the head is right there, but, well, you do have to spin the head around to cover it, so you don't have a visible face syndrome. Ooh. Got the landing gear right there, although, of course, with how small it is, it doesn't roll. We do have visible hands, but, again, Legends Class, so I'm not going to dock points off of that. Although I do hope that if we get a Deluxe Class Powerglide one day, they do hide the hands somewhat. Got the wingspan right here. Kind of wish that they maybe put some multiple insignias on here, but still, I quite like how this looks. Of course, we've got the jet boosters, and we've got 3 here. Got these 2, and we got this one right here, and we got the tail fins. So kind of loose, although I'm pretty sure that's just with age. And the underneath, we pretty much just have the robot mode. So yeah. And well, that's pretty much it for the jet mode. Overall, I quite like it. I mean, it serves its job as being Powerglide quite well. So pretty much, it's a really good stand-in if you don't have a Powerglide, even in this mode. And, well, I've never had the Universe one. I think this does a much better job at conveying the character than a really big one, because why would they make him a Voyager? I don't know, Universe was weird. So, yeah. Now, normally I would get him to robot mode around this time, but we actually do have another mode. Of course, with this being a Combiner Wars Legends figure, he has to integrate with a Combiner. So, pretty much, this guy's an aerial bot, so he's meant to go Superior, which I don't have, but still, this guy can form a gun. So what we do, we just fold down these tail fins. We take the wings and just fold them up like so. And now we have him as a freaking gun. I mean, okay. Target Master Powerglide. I'm just looking at this Target Master mode. Well, we can see that the boosters now form cannons. We've got these two guns right here in this center one, I guess. And we can see that he's got missile pods in his arms. This dude has got freaking missile pods in his arms. I know it's intended for the gun mode here, but you can also use it in robot mode, and it's just it's hilarious. And yes, he can't be held, although it's via the landing gear. So, yeah. Well, let's try it. Now, the only Combiner Wars Deluxe I currently have, because of course I was late to the party, now they're all being scalped. The only one I have is Ironhide here, and yeah, I just buy the Studio Series 1 nowadays, but still, he can be held by Combiner Wars Deluxes. So we can just get this into his hand. And we can see that if the ball joint doesn't weigh this down, which it is, but well, hypothetically, he can hold them. Maybe back in 2015 he could, but of course now the ball joint is pretty all worn out. So let's give him to another figure. So we just get Mr. Pram out of the way. Let's give him to a Voyager. So here we have Scatter Shots, which, I mean, it's not Silverbolt, but he does use the mold. And this guy does not use ball joints. Instead, he uses ratchets. Well, not in the elbows, but it's much tighter. So if we just get this into Scattershot's hand, so he can hold Powerglide. Although it does actually weigh him forward, so we just have to train them. There we go. So we can have him holding Powerglide, like so. And if you want, the combined modes can also hold this, but I don't have a complete combiner, so. And of course, yeah, this does weigh figures down, because this is quite a big gun. I would say this is more intended for the actual combined mode. Like, this is intended for Superion to hold. Now, can a modern figure hold this? Because remember, this is like 2015. So here we have a modern figure from like 2023. So just last year, as of the time of recording. So can a modern figure hold this? Yes! And best of all, with there being no ball joints, you can actually aim, although, of course, he still gets a bit, well, tipsy, and, well, I would say just leave this guy for combiners to hold. I know the back of the box shows, I'm pretty sure it's Skydive holding him, but yeah, I would say just leave this for combiners to hold. But well, that's pretty much it for the Target Master mode. Let's move on to the full-on robot mode. So, we're pretty much nearly there. So, getting him back to a jet mode, I mean, you can go from gun mode to robot mode, but I kind of prefer going from jet mode to robot mode. So, getting him transformed, just going to take these, put them down to form his feet. Just going to take these boosters and just push these up. Then just flip the tail fins around so they're out the way. Just take the wings, move them down, and just fold them up. Open this up, fold in the landing gear, push in the entire nose cone, like so. So just push in the cockpit, spin around the nose cone. So we got his head, untab the arms, and they are on ball joints. So just be careful, because these are quite tight. But we just untab the arm. Just move that down. And here we have Powerglide in robot mode. So, yeah. That's quite a simple transformation, and that's actually quite addictive. So, having a quick 360. I mean, of course, it's Powerglide. It's the one robot who actually fell in love with a human in the cartoon. And we can see he still has the missile pods in his arms from the gun mode. And in fact, speaking of the gun mode, something I forgot to show, he's got a targeting sight. And now in robot mode, it's in his ass. So, okay. But with there being pods in his arms now, he can sort of do this. Like, he can wave at you and then fire. So, yeah. Now, looking at the head. I mean, come on. That's Powerglide's head. I mean, he's not officially called a cone head, but he sort of is. Because, of course, his head's the nose cone of the jet. So, and with the Viper recolor, which is basically a Cooper Rattler, his face is colored to resemble the driver of the Rattler. I really need to get that figure. Because, yeah, I got all three of the I've got all three of the G.I. Joe collaborative figures, so getting a Viper would make sense. Now, normally I would show the accessories, but there's none. There's no accessories. If anything, this guy is the accessory, because he forms a freaking gun for Superion. Or any other combiner that you have. So I guess we can just move on to a little size comparison, and I think the size comparison this time is going to be, how does Legends from, like, what, 2015 scale next to a core class from nowadays? And we can see with Starscream here, they're actually roughly the same height. So, yeah. I mean, granted, Legends for Prime Wars was basically the prototype for core class. Because, like, they were the same height, so... And if they ever do a modern Deluxe Class Powerglide in, like, either, well, Studio Series, he wasn't in the 86 film, but if they ever do a modern class Powerglide, a modern day Deluxe Class Powerglide in, like, the Generations Prime line, or whatever it's going to be called when it comes out, I am definitely going to get this guy out for a comparison when they do that figure. Because, honestly, I do like this figure, but seeing how we have modern day versions of the other mini bots like Brawn and Beachcomber and even Gears now, I think this guy is definitely well overdue for an update. So, yeah. But this is still a really nice figure. Like, for the articulation, his head can go side to side, although can't really look up and down. The arms... Well, the arms are on ball joints, so they can go around. You can T-pose. Although, there's no bicep swivel, and there's no wrist swivel. Although there is elbows. There's no waist swivel. You can kick forward. You can kick back if you move the butt flap out the way, or the targeting sights. I forgot to show in the gun mode. In fact, no, you can't, because that just pops the ball joints. So you can't really kick back that far. But he's got a ball jointed knee, so that can swivel. I can swivel. Foot can move. And he can do splits. And of course, just being a Legends, there's not really any ankle pivot, because ankle pivots weren't really that. Well, ankle pivots didn't really become a major thing until Siege. So, yeah. And honestly, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. Like, complaints? I mean, it's a Legends figure, so they're mainly nitpicks. Like, visible hands, but, well, it's a Legends figure, so of course there's not really that much engineering to hide them. Sort of easy to actually get the hands off the ball joint, which is kind of annoying. And I kind of wish that the gun modes, like, maybe try and find a way to have it be supported by Deluxes and Voyages, because it seems like this was just intended to be held by Combiners. I say Combiners, but I do mean the Combiner Wars ones, and to an extent the Power of the Primes ones, but I'm sure a Menasor can hold this. And I'm sure this could go well with the upcoming Gen Prime Superion. But hey, this is a Legends from 2015, so does this hold up? Do I recommend this even today? Honestly, yeah. This is still a really good Legends figure, even in 2024. Like, it's fun to fiddle with if you're bored. Like, it makes a fun desk toy, in my opinion. And even if you don't want Powerglide, like, if you're holding off in case they do a modern deluxe version, then, well, there's Viper. And Viper has the added bonus of being a Cobra Rattler. So, yeah. But, yeah, in my opinion, this guy does indeed hold up, even today. I know there's definitely going to be a Deluxe Class Powerglide one day. But, honestly, even if they do still make that, well, I'm still going to hold this guy in high regard. So, yeah. So, this has been my review on Combiner Wars Powerglide. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.